Hi, this is G from Native Speakers Academy, and welcome to another special presentation. This presentation today has the title Personal Qualities Not Measured by Tests in Schools. These are some thoughts that I hope will help you to redefine the world around about you. So, if you are sitting comfortably, we will begin. Personal qualities not measured by tests. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for creativity, for problems that you have solved in your own personal or family life, for what you make just because you have the ability to make something within the immense boundaries of your own conscious mind, for where you have come from, however near or far, or for what you have built that may or may not last the test of time. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for critical thinking, for reacting in time to an emergency or even saving a life, for the ability to recognize bullshit in conversation, for the ability to use reason and evidence to find the truth. The truth. For understanding the benefits of a non-aggressive approach to your society or to your role as a parent, a guide, a motivator, a coach. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for resilience, for not giving up, for that is the only difference between failure and success, for progress slowly over long periods of time, for the developments of good habits employed on a daily basis, and for the erasure of negative habits where and whenever necessary. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for motivation, for your ability to self-motivate and so self-determine your own future, for your abilities to help a friend in need, to help a friend stay motivated, for your understanding of why you are doing something, and for delivering far more than was expected. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for persistence, for not backing down on moral standpoints, for being a rock for your family or your friends or your partner to stand upon, for understanding that the end is just the beginning from the other side, and for knowing sometimes there is no other way than the road less traveled, the hard way. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for curiosity, for employing constant learning at all times, for asking why until you are satisfied with the response, for investigating in a logical way with language and empirical method. For being an explorer in your everyday world and in your local environment. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for asking questions. For the question comes from a quest for discovery. For the ability to inquire and demand answers that satisfy your own curiosity. For looking for reasons, drivers, motivations, and causes. For understanding what, where, how, and why. And for exploring the world through language and understanding that fear of the unknown really makes no sense. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for humor. For laughter, which has for a long time been viewed as a form of medicine and therapy. For relief from the seriousness and the stress, which is essential in life. For making fun of oneself and understanding that that is part of the path to self-knowledge. For knowing there is a right time and a right place for everything. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for endurance. For bringing an idea to life, for a suggestion that allows thoughts to breathe. For knowing that the important limits are on the inside, not the outside. For not pointing the finger at anyone but yourself. And for knowing that life is for living, and the clock, well, the clock is always tick-tock ticking. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for being a good friend, for reliability, for telling the truth of the world as we know it, as we've lived it, as you see it. For being honest with yourself first. For being trusted by colleagues, neighbours, friends, family, employees, employers, by those you know and those you don't. And for taking on responsibility without question. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for enthusiasm. The ability to support the ideas of others. to bring their dreams to fruition, to help the young and old, and friend and foe alike without prejudice, to show joy at the success of others, and to find pleasure in the simple as well as the complex. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for civic mindedness, for helping others in the community around about you, for seeing and realizing how present actions can prevent future problems, for the ability to see the nature of society as a whole, complete entity, for skills in observation, support, giving advice, and listening. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for self-awareness, for knowing who you are, what you can do, and what you as yet can't. For knowing where you've come from, and knowing where you stand. For knowing the reasons for your own actions, and for being consistent to all the moral values of history. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for self-discipline, for having a fixed set of personal rules that you live by, that define you, for having these rules open to scrutiny, for being able to defend them and your choices, for having the qualities of leadership and leading by example, and for having healthy habits that you can pass on to others. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for empathy, for showing sorrow for the misfortune of others, for finding time for others when they need it, for examining carefully each aspect, each side of each story before coming to any conclusion, and for understanding the relationship between intent, action, and result. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for leadership, do you tell people what to do? Do you explain? Do you demonstrate? Or by your actions do you inspire? For being humble and prepared to admit at any time that you may be wrong. For contemplating whether you are going to do things right or if you are going to do the right things, and for being responsible for everyone in your care, for those you love, and beyond all of the time. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for compassion, for understanding you can only take with you what you first have given away through experience to others. For feeling and knowing that love is a necessity for all growth. For understanding that whether we're old, young, rich, or poor, we all face the same basic daily struggles. And for not waiting to offer help or assistance at a moment's notice. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for courage, for facing your fears with love, for there only are two basic motivations, that of fear and that of love. For wearing your heart on your sleeve, for being open, for being vulnerable, for being you. For knowing that the perfect time does not exist. There is only here and only now. And for knowing that a man who stands in the moral right can be defeated only in body and not in spirit. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for the sense of beauty, for the examination of the patterns of rain running down a window pane, for trying to touch a star or hold a cloud or catch a snowflake, for stopping to ask someone who looks sad if they are okay, and for putting a love of life consistently and always above everything. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for a sense of wonder, for watching the world pass by through a window, for wandering through a bookshop for hours and hours into sections as yet unexplored, for sitting under a tree in a park reading a book, feeling the sun on your face, and for asking someone to to talk or to tell you just a little bit more, for being attentive. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for resourcefulness, for building your own library or having an eclectic bookshelf, for reading both sides of the story. For knowing who will know when you know that you yourself don't know. For storing anything practical for future use. For growing a small garden with love and care. Knowing which seeds to plant, where and when. There are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for spontaneity, for telling a joke at that moment when relief is needed, for enjoying the ride when you're not in control. For being the first to say, "Excuse me, can I help you with that?" And for doing whatever is right, whatever the cost may be. And there are few credits, grades, marks, or other rewards in schools for humility. For knowing that the only person who really needs to improve or be better is you. For knowing that in time even the strongest can weaken, and the wisest can make mistakes. For speaking not of yourself, but of the virtues and ideas of others. And for knowing your place in the here and in the now, in the expanse of our universe. Thank you very much for your attention. These are the personal qualities not measured by tests in schools. And my final thought is the only thing that fully, truly, and really determines your future is the choices that you make. So don't let school define you. It is your job to redefine it. Thank you very much. My name's G. I'm the director at Native Speakers Academy. You can find more information about what we do at www.nsa-slovakia.com, where there are a huge range of videos and resources with a lot of educational content. Another special presentation will be posted soon. Until then, wherever you are, stay healthy, stay happy, and be cool. All the best, and bye for now.